How you doing? This is William Mellish over at the Moose Creek Grille, and today I'll be preparing for you braised brains with bloody intestines. And actually, one of the main ingredients that we'll be using is sweetbread, and I'm going to be using some radicchio cabbage, which I'm going to actually candy. So the procedure to give this the spooky feel is to actually get a good-sized sweetbread. I'm going to use a toothpick. I'm going to kind of just poke at it. What this is going to do is it's going to allow the coloring to soak inside there. What I'm going to do is actually utilize food dyes to dye this gland, so it gives it like a creepy, brainish look. It's very important prior to cooking these to remove the membrane. It's just a clear skin that goes over the whole entire gland. After I poke this a little bit, I'm going to take some of the different colored food dyes and kind of just incorporate them. The best way to do this is actually just to spot it, as I'm doing here. All I'm doing is blotching the sweetbread with different colored food dyes. I chose to use red, yellow, and green. And this is, this is totally edible. It won't change the taste of the gland or anything. I'm just going to kind of use my hand and kind of just blotch it, so it gives it that creepy look. And once this is all covered with your dyes, I'm actually just going to take this, I'm going to put this in a saute pan with some red wine and some au jus, which is just beef stock. Sweetbread. I'm going to take a saute pan here and spray down a little pan and make sure it doesn't stick. I'm going to add my sweetbread to the pan. I'm going to add about half a cup of red wine to this. About covering the bottom. I'm going to add about 4 ounces of beef stock. Then more or less I'm going to throw this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes on 350. I'm going to have braised inside there. When the sweetbread's inside the oven, I'm going to get a skillet up to temp. And I'm going to start getting my radicchio ready for that, for the presentation of the plate. I already have some radicchio prepared, and all I did with this is it's about a 6-ounce head of radicchio. I took it, cored it, and gave it a rough chop, and I cooked it in white vinegar, probably about a half a cup of white vinegar, and added about 3 ounces of granulated sugar to that. I just let it reduce down so it sweetens. Once this skillet's hot, all I gotta do is really reheat this. Let this come back to a nice consistent temperature. There's going to be a lot of juice with the radicchio, so I'm going to try to get most of the juice, the excess juices out. I'm kind of just going to center the radicchio. Kind of build up a little basis or nest, as we say. Got a nice little nest form there. Now I'll bring over our brains. Got the intestines down, now I'll use the brain matter. And I went, a lot of people will medallion the sweetbread, and I kind of chose to braise it so it's nice and tender, but at the same time leave it in big pieces. So it kind of gives that look of a brain. Now you got a nice little palette of intestines and brains. I'm going to finish this with a little bit of chopped parsley.